Alright, this will not be very bad eggs, but it's not fool's gold, that's for sure. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Anime Station, Cynical Sans 77. And welcome to my review of Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides. This movie is average. This movie is boring. This movie is forgettable. But it is not bad. Let me say that right up front. This is not bad. This is the worst of the Pirates films, but it's not bad. This one had a new director, a lot of a different crew than the first three. So, of course, it's gonna be a lot different than it was with the past three. Now Jack Sparrow's still Jack Sparrow. That's all fine and good. You have Jeffrey Rush in here as Barbossa, and a very interesting character turn that actually ends up making a pretty good arc for later on in the movie. You have the concept of Ponce de Leon and going after the Fountain of Youth. That's good. You have Keith Richards back as Jack Sparrow's father, like he was in At World's End. That's good. You have some pretty good action scenes. That's good. You have a decent final fight. That's decent. You have a few scattered funny little moments. That's good. This movie is not dark and serious like At World's End, and is back to the campy, goofy silliness of the first two, with just a little bit of a dark edge. That's better for some people. I wish they actually went even darker. But this movie has problems. The writing isn't better than decent. The dark elements that are there are pretty shoehorned in and forced. The story itself is pretty mediocre. Nothing to write home about. The directing is not bad, but it's very average. Very average, typical live-action Disney. The story kind of blows all its concept, and aside from Jack Sparrow, Barbossa, and Gibbs, everyone else in here is not worth caring about. Ian McShane is miscast as Blackbeard, and he plays it so boring and dull. We have two bigger blocks of wood than the other blocks of wood we had in the other three movies, with the missionary and the mermaid. It has some cool ideas, like the mermaids being evil seductresses that drown and eat their victims. That's cool. But the scene is still very slow-paced, and thus it is quite boring. The fountain itself feels very generically designed, like there wasn't really any big intent here, and a lot like how critics said in his review of this, which literally just came out last night. It just doesn't feel like it has much heart and soul in it this time. And I can see where he's coming from, because you can definitely tell. This seems like one of those movies that was made purely to keep milking a franchise. You know, the one thing Disney still has yet to learn from. But this movie's still a decent time. I still have fun with it, it still has some good moments, and I don't mind rewatching it. And hey, look at it this way. Without this, we wouldn't have Lego Pirates of the Caribbean, which is an amazing game, by the way. So, something good did come out of it. But as a movie itself, it's just fine. It's bland, it's forgettable, and it's not really that much worth caring about. It's fine, but it's not really anything too special. It is the worst of these movies, but hey, if the worst in your franchise you can get is just okay, then you've done pretty good. Final verdict for this movie is a 5 out of 10. It is dead average, but at the same time, it is entertaining. If you watch the first 3, I say give this one at least one watch, and if it works for you, keep watching it, and if not, then it's just another one and done kind of thing. Worth one watch, and depending on how you enjoy it, nothing more. Well, we're almost at the end. Because now we have the 5th and final film, and yes, it is the final film after something I'm gonna rant about when I do that review. So, I see you laddies, for dead men tell no tales.